Hi friends, welcome back to today's vlog. And for today's vlog talk, let me put my hands on it. I've been holding something a secret from you guys for a while now, and I think it's time for us to start to talk about it. Okay, so if you're a member of the Patreon, you know what's going on in this little box right here. I've shared it with you. I've actually shared it with you when I got it, so you guys know I've had it for some time now. And so I decided, I think today is best of any other day to kind of share it with the rest of the YouTube universe. Allow me to first apologize for my desk. I know it looks a little speckly. I did wipe it off for the most part, and the speckliness is just because I've been working on it with a lot of crayons. Yes, so I need to clean off some of that crayon dust, and I will, I promise. And I just need to get into this. So what is this box all about? I know I've been holding this, just you can't see anything. I know I've been holding to suspense for a while. This box actually contained a color, or a sample painting or a dot card of a color that I've been wanting to have. Now it's not an unboxing because have unboxed it before, but it's more of a first impression of this color, and it just says basically that the paint in this is actually non-toxic and not habit forming. This is a clue if you can read it. Yes, this is actually Yinmn Blue. I call it a sample. You see how small that little sample is? It's another little centimeter square swatch card. It actually came glued onto this 1.5 inch panel here, but I took it off because I'm going to store it in something else. Came glued on this like this. Look like a little gem, but I'm going to stick it to something else, so I took it off. It was well packaged with this in this box. So now I'm done with this and you guys get to see it. I could actually now put this away. Okay, so Yinmn Blue, this little color here, was actually discovered and synthesized in 2009 by Professor Mas Subaranan and his graduate student Andrew E. Smith at the Oregon State University. Now this particular blue pigment, when I said discovered and synthesized, that was actually exactly what happened. It was discovered and made that year. So this is like the first blue pigment that have been made in 200 years, which makes it very exciting. It got its name because of its configuration. Y meaning something and then M meaning something. I'm gonna put the configuration here in the during editing, because I remember it's magnesium something it's made from, and it's been dubbed PB86. That's its pigment code, PB86. I'll also be putting that up for you to see, and its helix code is 2E5090. It's Yttrium, Indium, Magnesium Oxide, something like that. So yeah, it is, like I said, it's made with magnesium oxide. So yeah, that's how it got its name. Okay, so apparently the professor, they put a bunch of ferroelectric materials with some anti-ferromagnetic materials in a furnace overnight and see what pops out. And what pops out was this beautiful, brilliant blue color. This color is actually non-toxic. It is stable and it's supposed to be light fast. So yeah, you can handle it, guys. It's supposed to be non-toxic, but please don't eat it. Okay, or don't put it on your face. I was talking on my month of the crayons, where I was talking about how Crayola actually used the inspiration from this color here, Yinmn, to inspire them to make their own color called Bluetiful. and it is inspired by Yinmn. I have yet to find documentations where it is made by Yinmn Blue, actual pigment color. So I don't know if it really is made of Yinmn color. I've been doing a lot of research on it to see if it is actually made of Yinmn color. All I've found so far, it's been inspired by the Yinmn color, and that's where I left it. So if you guys know if it's, just put it in the comments below, and if it's a linkable page, please put that link also in the comments below so I can check it out. And let's get into this color. First impression video, because I have not yet swatched this color yet. So I have my water all set up. I'm just gonna kind of bring you guys in. Yeah, right about there is good. So I could get to my water, which is right there, and let's see what's going on. You guys are seeing what I'm doing here? Now I bought this from Top Tier. It is a shop on Etsy, and they sell the Yinmn pigment. Okay, it seemed to be re-wetting fine. I seem to be getting some color off it. I seem to be having holes in it too. I'm just trying to get a little bit more water on there. Yeah, I seem to be re-wetting. So we're doing something. Okay, so this is just a simple dried piece of watercolor paper. It's actually the Fluid 100. Oh my gosh. OMG, look at that. I'm swatching Yinmn Blue, guys. I just want to create a nice mass tone around this swatch reference here, because what I plan to do with it, I plan to compare it to my other blue pigment colors that I have. So I'm going to be pulling out all my swatches to see if this is incomparable with other blue colors I have. And oh my gosh, look how beautiful this color is, guys. You know, it kind of reminds me of an ultramarine because it's so beautifully granulated. And this Fluid 100 paper is actually 100% cotton. And so it is able to take the weight of this paper and show this beautiful. You guys are seeing this. I hope you guys are seeing this. I have all my lights on so you guys can appreciate the same thing I'm appreciating right now. It looks like a beautiful cross between ultramarine blue and cobalt blue with a hint of phthalo blue. It actually does. It actually reminds me of that. That's what it reminds me of. This cross between those two colors. Oh my goodness, look at it. Look how beautiful it is. I'm just gonna put a little bit more down here. You see that granulation, guys? This is so granulated. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna put a little bit more down here just to have a kind of darker persuasion. Let's see if we can layer. Oh my goodness. And I was wondering if this is not enough paint to do my swatches. Because, you know, look how little bit it is. It's like, you know, it's only like, you know, a centimeter. And I thought, oh my goodness, it's not enough paint. But, oh gosh, look at it. Look how beautiful this is. You seen that granulation, guys? Wow. Look at those granulation right there on this cold pressed paper. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is so gorgeous. Like I said, it looks like a cross between ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, and a hint of phthalo blue. I am blown away by this. Okay, so I have here in my possession a representation of my handmade watercolor paints. Let's see where this Yinmn Blue lies. This is Prussian blue or Persian blue. Let me bring you guys a little closer so you can appreciate. I'm sorry, so you guys can appreciate what I'm seeing. Here we go. I'm sorry, my hand touched my boom arm. That's where we are at. You can see it's so much lighter than the Prussian. This is ultramarine blue. This is where it is with ultramarine blue. And you can still see that there's a grass distinction between the Yinmn and the ultramarine, because the ultramarine has more of a reddish kind of purplish undertone to it versus the Yinmn. So that's where we're at. This is the cobalt blue. And again, you can see that the Yinmn has this darkish undertone versus the cobalt, which seems to have this yellowish kind of undertone. So there is vast distinction between Yinmn and cobalt. And this is my phthalo blue, and you guys, you can obviously see the difference between phthalo blue, cobalt blue, ultramarine blue. But that ultramarine blue color is very highly suggestive, you know. If I didn't know better, I would almost say it's the same thing. If my eyes wasn't trained to see slight shift in hues and undertones, I probably would say it's the same color, but it's not. It's obviously, ultramarine is a little bit more purple than the Yinmn. Yeah. And these are from my handmade watercolor paints. This is a blue color I got from Eve Bolt. And no. So I think the closest color to it would be a mixture of maybe ultramarine and cobalt blue, because it does have the granulation of ultramarine. Just that ultramarine seems to have a little bit more purple undertone to it, while the Yinmn seems to be darker overall. I mean, that's the impression I'm getting here in person. I'm smelling my palette and it smells amazing. What I'm doing is actually swatching out my handmade watercolor, my ultramarine blue. Just check it out with the Yinmn. And this is the same paper, guys. This is the same Fluid 100 paper. This is just I usually set pieces aside for swatch reference. So I'm just swatching out the ultramarine on the same paper. Give a good mass tone down. So we can see what's really going on. You see that? These are them side by side. The angle so you guys can appreciate the difference. You seen it? You see what I mean when I say ultramarine has a very purpley kind of undertone? I'm hoping you guys can see there. Is it the same side of the paper I'm swatching on? I think it is. Yeah, you see it? So you obviously know it's not the same color. You're actually seeing, and you know, you can actually appreciate the differences here, because you're obviously seeing it's not the same color. It's a completely different color, this ultramarine blue. Let's try our, this one is the cobalt blue. I'm swatching out here. I only have 4 blue pigments. Persian blue, cobalt blue, ultramarine, and phthalo blue. Those are the only 4 blue pigments I have. So you can obviously see the difference between the ultramarine and the cobalt. So let's see if we can see if there is a, yeah, you can see there's an obvious difference here. You know, the cobalt is way more warmer than the warmer, sorry, I said it correct. It's way more warmer than the ultramarine. Ultramarine now versus the Yinmn versus the ultramarine. I think this is dry, so I could put it closer. So yeah. There is an obvious difference between this and this is the Persian blue. and it doesn't compare. The Persian blue, I don't know, this is not Persian blue, this is not PB27, this is actually PB27:1. So it does have a green hint undertone underneath it. So it does look a little bit more greener than other Persians. And again, when you look at it on this spectrum, you can actually notice which one is the Persian. And when you look at it with the Yinmn over it, you can actually see that green undertone showing out. Like, you can actually see the greenness or the yellowness of that color. So you can actually, it is actually representative. So yeah, I am actually impressed and amazed at this. I will be doing some color mixes with this sample here that I have. Try to see what I could best neutralize it with. The colors that I have in my, I'm going to be using it with handmade watercolor paints. And the colors that I have here, okay, let me come out a little bit, these are all handmade. I do have a quinacridone gold representation here that is handmade. I have this color I no longer have, but I do have this color, which is antique pink. I have this color still. These colors I don't have. Okay, but I have space in case I'm gonna get them sometime in the future. So we're gonna see how it mixes well with this color selection that I have here, and to see how best I can neutralize it, what color neutralize it, what color purples it, what color greens it. So we're gonna be experimenting a lot with this sample that I have here, and to see how I could best work with this color. And guys, I know this was kind of long. I didn't mean to blabber so much. I'm always apologizing for my blabbering. But yeah, I think this is some interesting comparison that we did with the Yinmn Blue here. Look forward for me to be working with this pigment again in the future. Can't believe it's so small, but I think it's enough for what I want to do with it. So I'm not counting that out. And again, thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. This is going to be an exploration for me, and I am super psyched and pumped now that I got into it. I don't know why I was so scared for. I think I was scared because it sample was so small. I thought, oh my goodness, the minute I swatched it out, it's gonna finished. But no, it's enough paint. It's actually a lot of paint. This little sample is actually a lot of paint. So I think I'll be fine. And guys, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.